I did prepare something, but as a limit, I was a lawyer for 30 years, so it's 2 pages. It's not double-sided, so I'll keep it short. First, I want to thank the good folks of the Hall of Fame, especially Casey Jones, Ken Lancaster, Don Mariuto, Chris Ball, and especially John Ruth for tolerating numerous emails over the last 6 months. I want to thank everybody for inviting me here, my family and special friends to be here today. I want to thank the unnamed and unknown individuals who supported my induction. I want you to know how appreciative I am for receiving this honor and for your support. Congratulations to my fellow inductees. Joining the Hall of Fame with each of you makes this moment especially memorable. Any baseball player inducted into the Hall of Fame for probably the next 100 years cannot appropriately begin his induction speech without thanking Ron Frazier. During the first semester of my freshman year, Coach Frazier took the team to Curacao, a small island nation off the coast of Venezuela. Predictably, a group of us immediately ran to the hotel casino, only to find Coach Frazier already holding court at one of the tables, sitting in front of a giant stack of chips. Coach Frazier taught me how to play blackjack that night. Is that an NCAA violation? Okay. Later that, I'm sorry if you enforced with later that same statute of limitations, right? Exactly. Statute of limitations, 30 years. Later that same semester, Coach took us to Nicaragua, 6 years after a major earthquake had devastated the capital city. By the fall of '78, not much had changed for those who had survived. Things were very tense. A year later, a revolution would oust the Somoza government. I won't pretend to say that it was a life-changing experience, but it was a very important part of a great education that I received on and off the field at the University of Miami, one that Coach Frazier made possible. I must also thank my pitching coach, Skip Bertman, the smartest baseball person I've ever known, and one of the smartest people I've ever met. I have lived in Atlanta since 1984, and if Coach Bertman had been manager of the Braves during their streak of division championships, I think the Braves likely would have won 5 or 6 world titles. Thanks to my teammates, most notably my roommates at the infamous apartment 41D, Mike Kuttner, Alejandro De Jesus, Neil Heaton, Mike Pagliarulo, and Tom Mulligan. Thanks to my catchers, Ron Batter, Frank Castro, Terry Gallagher, and David Basiglia. Finally, there is only one truly sad thing about playing college sports, but it is unavoidable. And that is that some of the people you will end up loving most in your life never got to see you play. Luckily for me, all of them are here tonight. First, my mom, who has always been my biggest supporter and fan, and who never said a negative word about any of my lousy performances. My brothers Dale and Dana, who competed against me on a daily basis since I could walk in neighborhood baseball, football, and basketball games. Many competitions ended in fistfights, but we were always back at it the very next day. Also here tonight is a high school teammate and great family friend, Fred Bernardi. Fred is now a very successful investment advisor in Oppenheimer, so if anyone needs some good financial advice, Fred is your man. He's in the back, table 48. From my home in Atlanta, my nephew Kevin is here tonight. Like me, Kevin loved baseball growing up, and it was a joy to spend time with him, passing along what I learned at Miami. Lastly, I must thank my wife Sarah and my children Michael and Susan. I could go on and on about them, but John Ruth would kill me, and Jay, you would too, I guess, and I wouldn't be able to get through it anyways. So let me just say that the English language is incapable of describing how much I love them and how lucky I am to have had them in my life. In the final editing note, my son and daughter, who both graduated from the University of Georgia, wanted you all to know that they hate Florida as much as Walt Krzyzewski did. Thank you.